Hello all and welcome to today's beer review. It's about a little after 3:30 in the afternoon, middle of April 2019, after tax week. I'm starting to go and try to post-date these because the good news is I'm starting to upload these and I'm really starting to realize how far behind I was. Literally, when I first started uploading again, like about 2 weeks ago, I realized I was over a year and a half behind on uploads. And I'm slowly catching up, but the thing is, I really only can do it on the weekend, and even then it's only about 4 or 5 videos per. So I'm catching up slowly but surely. I still have like a 30 video backlog or so. Today I'm going to be doing a double-barreled review. Why? Because I think it's going to be fairly quick, for one, and two, they're not local beers, so I don't want to dwell on it too much. They are beers, however, that are near and dear to my heart, as they are Sierra Nevada beers, and this is from the Sierra Nevada Spring Box Set, which was, where did they put the dates on these? Bottled at the end of February. So, we're going to start with Hell's in the Tropics, and these are two I'm going to be reviewing today are the ones that are the one-offs for the box set, spring box set. So this is a 4.8 ABV. Brewing a great Hell's Munich Lager, is no easy task, but when it's right, oh is it right. That's what you got here. What might be a perfect Hell's. A crisp symphony of new school juicy hop flavors and a soft and easy mouthfeel. An all-around absolutely crushable beer. So 4.8 ABV, yes, that is the very definition of crushable and sessionable. So this is a Munich Hell's Lager using sort of New World hopping as opposed to Old World hopping. And it is very carbonated. Almost forgot how carbonated. You can see here, it's bright pale yellow, and it is highly carbonated, with a fizzy to frothy white head. And shall I join the Royal Society of Froth Blowers? No. Oh, there's my chicken over there. So you have crackery to bready malts, which definitely have that sort of Munich Hell's lager sort of malt smell to them. So I would say when I think of a Hell's Lager sort of malt profile, it's slightly sweeter than a Czech Pilsner malt profile, which is of course slightly sweeter and softer than a German Pilsner. So Hell's Lager is kind of, to me, in the next step up in sweetness and in softness. This head is not really receding. It's kind of growing into a mountain here because of the carbonation. On top of that is basically that sort of tropical New World hop smell. It's not incredibly intense like, say, an IPA would be, but you can tell it's definitely New World rather than Old World style hops. Instead of spicy and flowery, there's definitely a juicy aspect to it. Not a heavy juicy. Like, I want to go and emphasize this is not like an IPA's nose right now. Light mouthfeel, crisp carbonation bite, clean finish with just hints of the malting and a very slight residual bitterness. But what gets me here is the mids to the finish, in which there's a very astringent sort of bitterness that kind of kicks in there. While at the same time not really having more of those volatile hop notes to it to balance it. So it ends up kind of having an unpleasant mouthfeel to it in the mids to finish, and which is kind of sad because the finish is a very nice example of a Helles Lager finish. While it doesn't get to the level of, say, a session IPA, there is a feeling that this is not very well balanced, that it's really transitioning into what I've called in previous reviews hop water. And what is hop water? Hop water is basically, in the overdominance of bitter, sort of astringent hop presence in the mouthfeel. Other than that, this is a pretty good Helles Lager. It's just the tropical hops. It needs to be juicier, and you're kind of stuck with that sort of overly bitter, overly dry, overly astringent hoppiness in the body, which sort of ruins that nice clean finish and that refreshing front. Well, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to go and make part 2 of today's review. And yeah, so I'll see you in a few minutes. I'm probably just going to go and move this to the side somewhere and answer the phone because I just got a voicemail. And then I'm going to be right back.